What's happening, everyone? Information Jason here, Seminole State family. We are doing Summer B. 6 weeks, the final 6 weeks of summer. You're a new student? We got you covered. It's Summer Brary on the Research Rally. Take it away. All right, welcome. Information
Howdy,
Jason.
howdy.
We got library Ross Martin here, a couple
Yes,
of
hello.
faculty librarians. We're on the Sanford Lake Mary campus, and as I said, this is Summer B. So summer is a little bit more expedited. Regular terms, fall and spring, are going to be 16 weeks, but here we have 12 weeks. We've just passed the first 6 weeks. That's the A term, and now we're on the B term. Is everyone caught up with the exposition? I think so, right?
We're there.
So we'll be going over some information today about the college, about the IDS course, if you're in the first year flight path course, how you can get credit for going to engagement events at the library, whether it's in person or online, and just any sort of questions, thoughts, concerns, compliments that you might have. Feel free to reach out to us. So also drop some information in the chat there. We'll communicate with you. And see if you have any questions, and we'll answer them for you. Okay? So, Ross, what are we looking at here? Who are these people? They're having a good time. Where are they?
We find ourselves on the library's webpage here. This is just the main Seminole State College library page. You can get to it a variety of ways. We're under the campus life category, under student essentials and student support, where that useful. And then there's the library, no smoke and mirrors. It's going to take you to the exact same page that we're on. You can also search for the library, and that works pretty well. But basically, you want to get to this page because all of our library stuff for research, for events, for everything is going to be found right here. So this is usually your starting point for any assignment that you have that revolves around research, or just if you just need to find out the answer to a question. We try to keep everything on this page.
Yeah, and how about there on the right-hand side? So let's get into it with events. So every Wednesday at the Sanford Lake Mary campus, we have lunch brary and night brary. And basically what that is for lunch brary, it's going to be events around the noon hour, so noon to 2. And then we also have evening events on Wednesdays, which is night brary. But we also have different campuses as well. And you could see, so the SLM, that's going to be the Sanford Lake Mary campus. Alt is going to be the Altamont campus. And then as you see, and as you really see here, we are virtual. We are virtual here. So
We're here.
The Oviedo campus also in effect as well. So we have librarians and library support staff at all the different campuses. And what we're really talking about is engagement. So if you're in the first year experience class, that first year flight path, IDS 1107, part of the criteria is to attend at least 2 events. And so we do have a smattering of events weekly, whether it's board games, whether it's virtual games, whether it's virtual research rally, lunch brary, and so on and so forth. And so if you want more information on that, let me pop up. I have a screen to share as well. I don't want you to be the only one here. Exactly. So you can always go to Raider Connect, and that's going to be connect.seminolestate.edu. And that looks a little something like this. So this is where all of the campus events for the college are located. They're populated by different groups and departments at the college. I'll drop the link in the chat there as well, and I'll take away that banner so that way nobody has any questions. So let me get rid of that banner. What's a good banner that we can put up there? How about just welcome? There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Welcome. So as you can see here, connect.seminolestate.edu. The events for today, we are doing the research rally. It is right here, but there's also night brary. I see the Raider Center has some events, and where you can look for more information is over on the left-hand side. This is kind of like how our databases work, right? On the left-hand side, we have kind of modules and little filters that we can look at. A lot of stuff happens at the SLM, the Sanford Lake Mary campus in the Breezeway. So some of those events are located here as well. And really what we're trying to do, again, maybe we can just take a quick pause here, is engagement, right? We realize that this is a traditional community college, but it's also what they call a commuter campus, depending on what campus you go to. And what that means is, we don't have any dorms. You're not necessarily waking up and just walking to your class like a university. So really, if you're coming to a class, whether it's Oviedo, Altamont, or the Sanford Lake Mary campus, we kind of want you to stay here and get involved and have some fun. And whether that's having some food and a bite for lunchtime, whether with Student Life or the Career Center or the library, lifting some weights, getting swole in the Raider Center and playing some recreational sports, or maybe even hanging out at the Student Center and the game room and having some food in the Mets cafeteria there. So again, there's a lot of different opportunities to get involved and get engaged. Let's take a look now, because we've gone over the Seminole State Raider Connect, again, which is connect.seminolestate.edu. Let's talk a little bit about the Canvas courses. So maybe let's kind of peek into the Canvas, and I'll go ahead and pop you in the stream there.
Very good.
Yeah, so this is Canvas. This is our learning module that we use here. And take it away, Ross.
Yeah, so one of the things that you'll get to know is in your IDS class, your first year experience class, you will have a librarian working with you. We're there to help with the assignments, bounce questions off of us, all that kind of stuff there. But as you go through your modules, if you get all the way down here to like module 6, there it is, you'll see a whole section on the library and your embedded librarian. That's just the librarian that's working with your class librarian. So when you go there, you'll get a whole lot of information. This is actually my page I pulled up here.
Hey, it's you.
I have a little video in there, all my contact information, different ways to get in touch with me, all of this stuff right here, a little commercial for some of our services. Basically, this is just a very good cursory overview of what we do here. And what we're, like Jason said, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get you to interact with us, to engage. Like, we want to help you. So let us know what we can do for you there. But all of that stuff is right here in your class. And if you did need to get in touch with us, we live in Canvas here. So you could just drop us a note through that Canvas inbox. It's all very built into the class.
Right on. Thank you, Ross. That was definitely Ross-on. And let's take a look. Since we're looking at the Canvas, you may be new, you may be taking your first class, or you may have never heard of Canvas before. You may have used something else. So again, as we mentioned, that left-hand column is really going to be good, not only as we saw for Raider Connect, but also for our library databases, and also for our Canvas here. So we have our home, our syllabus, and these are going to be different based on what professor you have, right? They can kind of mix and match and have different sort of modules or announcements or whatever. But that main page, Ross, if you scroll down just a smidge there, you can see all of the IDS courses look like that. And they're pretty much quick, hot buttons that go right to where you need to go. And so I recommend, and Ross, you can tell me what your sort of point of view is, but I really want to get in there on my first day of class, my first week of classes, and syllabus. What am I doing? Am I in the right place? Am I in the right class? Okay, great. What am I doing? Because as we mentioned, this is the B session, which means it's only 6 weeks. And so that clock is ticking. It's going to be pretty accelerated. Yeah.
Yeah, it is quick. And so, I actually think it's a really great time to start a class. Like for your first college experience, if you can do the B term class and succeed, you'll be successful in any class. Like it's a really good, just kind of trial by fire test. Like it's going to be a lot of work, but you're going to get a lot out of it. And it's going to really prepare you for those full term semesters.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is going to be your IDS. This is the first year experience course. Again, there's going to be different modules along the way. We do talk about in module 6, as you mentioned, is it the 6 or the 7? They've been juggling it around here.
I think it's 6 now.
Let's see.
Yeah, we have a whole, let's go back to it without giving you vertigo.
Because you do have librarians that are embedded, and this is one of the things that we're talking about to try to help you. And so we do have success services here at the college. And one of them would be the Writing Center, the Academic Success Center.
Yes.
Those are our partners. And so we team up with them, but also the librarians in the library. So you could see their Module 60 SSC library and your embedded librarian. That is going to be chock full of resources and links to help you succeed, whether that points you to the online library, which contains electronic resources such as ebooks or videos or audio or images or newspapers, or whether it points you to the library catalog, or whether it points you again to different engagement events that we have. So there's somebody in the chat named Gummy Does Stuff. Hello and welcome.
Yeah. Hello.
So if you're looking for credit, go ahead and drop us your name, your name that's going to be in the Raider Connect or in your IDS, and we'll make sure that we get you credit for today for attending, because this is one of the events. So
Yep.
we appreciate you watching. We appreciate you being here. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop a question in the chat. So good. So we've looked at the library. Maybe we can go back to the library just for a moment and let's see some of the different things. So we mentioned you can check out a book, right? We're pretty used to that at this level, but let's get a little more granular. What are the things can I do at the library to help me study or help me learn?
Well, we have lots of opportunities to study. Space is something that libraries do really, really well. So a lot of times students are looking for a place to study, a place to have an event, a place to just kind of relax and hang out. We do that here in the library. We have study rooms. We have several of them that you can check out here. You can use them for, I think, 4 hours a day, however you want to split that up. And that includes more than just study rooms. We have here at the Sanford Lake Mary campus, we have a recording studio. It's not exactly the recording studio you might imagine, but it's used primarily for recording speeches. It's our one-button recording studio. It's an excellent way to practice a presentation, record a speech that you have to do. We also have the Raider Reflection Room, which is a relatively new room that we built here at the our campus library here, where you can go there, check it out for a brief time to meditate, to pray, to just kind of unwind, be mindful. We built it with all of that in mind. So it's not a traditional study space, but it works as that kind of like relax and reflect kind of room. So study rooms are one thing that you will definitely want to check out here at the library if you're looking for study rooms or study space. But the entire library is built for studying. We have study carrels all over the place, couches, chairs, anything like that. You're welcome to use it anytime.
Yeah, and that's at all of the different campuses as well. And you could see everything there on the bottom. There's contact information. So what we're looking at now is seminolestate.edu/library. And let's talk about some other bells and whistles that we have. For instance, let's talk about the laptop loaner.
That is extremely popular.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Too far. Well, we have laptops available to use here in the library. You can check them out just to use for an hour or two, but you can also check them out for an entire semester for free. There's no cost to it. It's just part of your tuition, and it's just a library resource that you get to use. So all we ask is that you fill out a little form so it's in the system and we can kind of like keep track of where the equipment's gone. But once you've done that, you have free reign to use the computer. It should be the laptop should let you download anything that you need for your classes. It should integrate with Canvas, all of that stuff really, really easily. So that's become like our most popular loan service right now. Everybody is checking out laptops, and it's great because they're a really, really awesome service.
Yes, absolutely. So we have the laptop, and if we go back to the main page just a little bit, so you mean I can go to the library, I can check out a book, I can check out a room, I can check out a laptop, and this is all part of my tuition, right? Awesome.
Yep. We will never ask for your money.
Right. So take advantage, and that's kind of the point of this show here today. We do different episodes every week. Every Wednesday at 4 o'clock, we are live here on YouTube. But for today, we really want to go over the different services and resources that the college has, not only in the library, but also our partners across the college, whether it's in rec sports in the Raider Center, or as we mentioned, whether it's in the Academic Success Center. But let's talk a little bit about what I'm searching for. So if I wanted to search for maybe a book or maybe what's that? So finding articles. So let's start here, and feel free to drop anything in the chat if you all are taking classes, if there's something you want to look for, and maybe we can just use something really quick, like U.S. history or I don't know, something like that. And let's just take a look at the results, and we'll go over it with you so you can see how easy this process is. The information is a lot. There's a lot of things out there. So the process is easy. What was that little guy? What just popped up there? What is that?
That was it asked me if I wanted to chat with a librarian, which is one of the things
Oh.
you can do here at the library.
We do. We have a service available as well. So that's 24 hours. We are available now. Not all. If you hit us up at like 3 in the morning or something, Ross and myself, maybe we're not on there, but we do have librarians all around the world helping you out. So feel free to use that service. Once again, we want to help you succeed and get an A plus 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 plus. So we're looking at the library search engine. This is called
Hmm.
Primo. It's very similar if you're going to be looking on Google or something, Amazon, or any sort of database where you're going to put in your search terms, your keywords, and then on the left-hand side there, we're going to have to narrow it down. Think about if you're going to Amazon.com and you put in shoes, you don't know your color, the size, the shape, the shipping, the brand until you use those filters, the limiters here on the left-hand side, and that's really what we're doing now, Ross.
Yep. So I mean, you can really make your search anything you want. Like we can search for if we only wanted to see sources that we could access online, we can do that. Or opposite, we could find only things that live in the library on the shelf. Or if I only wanted to find book sources or only video sources, we could do that. And you can narrow by subject. If we put in a topic and it was kind of going all over the place, we could say, no, just show me the stuff about history. And there's all different ways to manipulate your search here, and the more you do your research, you'll find uses for those things. You might have a class that says you can only use peer-reviewed articles. Well, there's a way to sort that out here. Maybe you have to have a visual aid. Okay, well, we can find a visual source of maybe an image or a video. It's a really powerful tool. And like I said, the more you play with it, the more you'll see how all those things work, and you can really build awesome, really cool searches.
Yeah, for sure. And so you can also, again, as I mentioned, and some of you are just joining us and popping in and out, that's fine. This is recorded and it'll live on our
Mhm.
YouTube channel. Remember, you're going to want to look at that syllabus so you know exactly what it is that's going on. And sometimes it says you may need to pick a podcast or an audio or maybe a newspaper or maybe something, a government report. It depends. Hey, look on the left-hand side. That's where all of that information is located. And again, I mentioned Amazon.com and shoes. Think about a pizza. You don't just get the pizza you want with the toppings. Nobody's reading your brain. Not yet. Not yet. They're not reading your mind yet. So you would have to do the same thing over here. You want an onion, you want a pepperoni, whatever it is. And so, make sure that you use these kinds of in real life scenarios at college. That's a big tip. Don't try to change the wheel. It's very, it could be stressful. The anxiety level can go up. Librarians like Ross and myself are here to help. We've looked at the library. We've looked at Primo. This is the search engine that we use. And Ross, up here on the top here, there's a lot of databases. And in college, and if we plan on
Ah.
transferring to a four-year university, we're going to keep hearing a lot about databases. Let's take a look here. And so we have only 138. That's
Only
all.
100.
That's all. So again, as we mentioned, the library, there's going to be a lot of information to choose from. And our goal and your goal as researchers is to try to find here. We want to narrow it down, right? You start very wide and then you narrow it down. So you can choose by different subjects. Put in the chat there how many classes you're taking, which classes are you taking, and you could probably drop down. So let's click it and let's take a look here.
I click chemistry. Ooh, if I
Okay,
was
great.
doing a chemistry project, these are the databases that I would probably want to focus my attention on. Right? We've curated them a little bit here and organized them so that if you were diving into this project, these would be some good starting points. It's not an exhaustive list all the time, but it should point you in the right directions. So, when you have 138 choices, it's really hard to make a decision, right? So this is a way where you can kind of reduce some of that strain and at least get yourself going on a good path when you start out.
Yeah, and I did see academic search complete on there, Ross, and that kind of covers a lot of different areas. It's a pretty well known and wide database. Why don't we pop that one open? Also, we do have video tutorials and a printable handout, but for the purposes
Yep.
of this video, let's pop it open and let's take a look, and let's do maybe a sample search just to get acclimated and acquainted, and any other word that we can use here to say EBSCOhost. Okay, so is that the name of the database? Like, I'm confused because sometimes a student will say, I want to find EBSCOhost, but I thought it was academic search complete. Please explain.
Well, yeah, Academic Search Complete is the name of the database, and that's important at different times when you have to document it for your citations later on and stuff. But Academic Search Complete is the name of the database. EBSCOhost is the name of the company that owns this database and like 500 other databases. They're like one of the biggest, publishers of databases out there. But yeah, like we're always looking at the actual name of the database here. So when you're searching in a database, we could approach our search very similarly to how we did before. I could put in US history here and just kind of see what happened. But my guess is we're going to find a lot of stuff here. I found 12,000 articles about US history.
Right.
But what's important that we're seeing is most all of these sources are going to be article sources, which work differently than book sources, and they work differently than even website sources here. So we're finding 12,000 articles, but that's because articles look at really specific aspects of big topics. So I would expect there to be more articles than books on a topic.
Right. And you could tell you can make, we talked a lot about the filters and the limiters on the left-hand side to narrow it down, but I do see academic journal with an icon, and keep that in mind. It will, these databases are here to help you. Keep in mind the little minutia here of all the ingredients there. You have your authors, and you can see a page number there. I noticed the name of the container, the name of the article is italicized, 2023. Keep all this in mind, my friends. When you're looking at your citations or you're evaluating for credibility, you're going to want to look at all that information, which is important, which is why we're bringing it up.
Yep. So if you found an article that you liked, you could always just click on the title, and it's going to bring up the second page, which is going to give you a lot of information here that's helpful. You have all of this stuff up here, which someday you're going to have to make a citation, and that's all of the information we need is right there. That's really, really helpful. I love the way it breaks it down. Then you've got some other things in here like subject terms and keywords, which are helpful when you're building your search. They're kind of telling you how to describe this topic. And got an abstract down here, which kind of summarizes the article. This page is really, really helpful.
Yeah, this is very helpful, Ross. And I noticed when on the left, that's how we can kind of narrow things down and kind of customize it to our personal information needs. But on the right-hand side, what are those tools? How can I use, there's a lot of things that can help me, right?
Yeah. So once you have an article open, the next thing to do, if you wanted to see this article, well, we could access the full text over here. That's how you would actually open the article. But then, like, how do you get it out of here, right? Like, well, you have a lot of different options. You can print anything you want from here, although you probably don't need to print everything. You can also email stuff to yourself. You can save it. You can kind of download it. I've gotten really fond of saving things to my OneDrive now. You can just plop it into your Seminole State OneDrive that you have, and now you've got an article folder. You don't even really have to do much. That's really helpful. When you get down to making those citations I mentioned, right here, it's going to help you make that citation. Well, I say help you. It's going to show you a pretty good example of what an APA or MLA citation might look like, or Chicago if you're using that. So that can be really useful. What else might be helpful in here? Well, I mean, this is getting really geeky, but like the permalink here is super important in these EBSCOhost databases because the link in your browser won't ever work again. So the permalink's kind of how that is resolved, right? Like that link will always work. So if you send it to Ross, say, hey Ross, like what is this source? Like I'm not sure what to do with it. Then I can actually look at it with you. But most of the stuff in there is geared around saving your sources, getting them out of the database.
And I'm just chatting here. We're reminding everyone that librarians are embedded in the IDS courses. So we're in the academic journey, the learning journey with you. We're riding with you in the passenger seat here. So drop your name and we'll get you credit. And I think, Roz, I'm feeling it feels a little weird right now. I think we need time for a commercial break. I do it, everybody, because you want to know why? Because that's the way I do it, because I have have the Jason energy. I don't know why it's a turtle in the middle of the ocean with nothing around, just floundering around. Flounder, another fish, not a turtle. But anyway, that's my kind of energy. All right. So we've talked a lot about that. So we looked at some library databases, which is good. We looked at the library website. We looked at Raider Connect. Now let's look a little bit about, let's talk about Discord. So Discord is one of our opportunities to have a two-way communication with students. And so I'll go ahead and share my screen and let's take a look here. So we're at Discord. Let's pop into our lounge and boom. So this is our Discord. And in fact, let me pull up another poster. Let me drop out of that really quick and let me pull up another poster because I want to make sure that we are showing that QR code in case are you guys on Discord? Anyone on Discord? Drop it in the chat there if you are. I'm going to show you our summer Nightbrary listing. So this is the poster here. You'll see these all around school and on the monitors and everything. That is the QR code. There's the Discord right there. See, that's why I had the poster pulled up. So take a screenshot of that or use your mobile device and get that going. Esmeralda, thank you. We got you. All right, Esmeralda. Agami, Adez, Steph, thank you very much. And then, so that's our Discord QR code. Go ahead and scan that. And while we're looking, this is it. So again, every Wednesday, we have Lunchbrary and Nightbrary. And so we're on the bottom 6 weeks. So let's take a look. Today, Pridebrary, tomorrow, next week, Makerspace, Library Trivia, Open Mic, board games. We always have board games, but we're going to do a little special thing there. I'm not sure what it is, but Ross is our board game master there. We'll do something. There's a stuff exchange. Again, I'm not sure what the stuff will be or what you have to bring or what you get in the exchange, but we'll do it. And then the finals party. That, my friends, is usually when we bring in musical instruments and we improvise songs and jam. And then, of course, during the evenings, we always have karaoke, we have a ping pong table, chess, card games, Dungeons and Dragons, sometimes giant Jenga, art. We team up with the art club. We team up with a lot of student clubs as well, which again is another opportunity for you to get engaged at the college. So, hey, already on the Discord server. Hey,
yeah, love it.
Rock and roll, rock and roll. So yeah, so student clubs, just to take a quick pivot, that is another opportunity for you to get engaged. You can learn more about the student clubs back on Raider Connect. Connect.seminolestate.edu. Again, it's an opportunity for personal growth. It's an opportunity to meet new friends and share ideas and create new knowledge. But we're also setting that stage for when you transfer to a four-year university. If you use the UCF Direct Connect, or if you go to Florida State or University of Florida, wherever you end up going, it doesn't have to be in the state clearly. But most times students at a community college, a state college, want to go to the four-year university, and there's going to be bigger opportunities as well for having that engagement, putting stuff on your permanent record, having those service learning opportunities as well. So back in that, let's put that back here and then we'll go down. Okay, great. Another thing that we've been doing this term as kind of a beta test is we've been teaming up with the student life and also the career center. So let me show you what that poster looks like as well, because it's been really fun. So this opportunity through student life. So you can see here's our student life and summer collab. By the way, this is Rally, our Glasses Rally mascot. And so we do have opportunities as well. This is a little more catered to skill sessions, helping you with things like you could see June 28th, personality styles. July 5th is going to be time management, interviewing skills. Very good. If you're looking for that jobby job, you're going to want to do a good interview. We did do diversity in gaming. That's why, Ross, we're doing board gaming on that day. Job search, cooking, making money. Everybody wants to do that. So again, these are the opportunities as well. Where can I find the information? Good question. It's in Raider Connect, and all of those listings are available. So we've really we've sped through this, but this is a recording, and you could listen to it on your own time again. But we looked at the library website, seminolestate.edu/library. We actually looked at a few different databases. In fact, Academic Search Complete. We showed you really your left-hand side is going to be for the filters. Remember, if you're buying shoes or ordering a pizza, you're going to want to make those choices on your toppings or your shoe size. And then on the right-hand side of the database, search results are going to be your tools. You can download it into OneDrive or Google Drive. You can print. We do have printing capabilities at all of the libraries as well. And we looked at Raider Connect, connect.seminolestate.edu. So if you need first year experience credit, go ahead and drop your name into the chat. And I'm also going to put up the text. You can text us as well in case we get disconnected or the show ends and you're like, hey, wait a minute, I need my credit. So you can always text us as well. You can send us an email. You can send us, I don't know, what else do we accept? A bird with the
Yeah, we'd take that.
Smoke signal up in the air, an airplane with the smoke, whatever you want to do to let us know. But we're here to help. We want to help you succeed. And so thank you for watching. This has been our research rally. We do it every Wednesday at 4 p.m. here at Seminole State College Libraries. And where's my outro video? I got to get it ready. I have a big countdown.